Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down. Right at the 20.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
80 weapons. Get it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Looking to throw. McDonald. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Off the play fake. McDonald nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there.
Ready up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On the set.
Yeah, Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Hey, exit.
58, boy. 58. 58, Mike. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. And 58 is a Mike. Go 58 is the Mike.
Let's make these babies. Go. Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home. Shoot.
Throwing on third and long. McDonald throws right side, and that's complete. A big third down pickup of 20 yards.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. You take your shot at the end.
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
54 miles.
On second down, here's Henry. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. They've got a third down and a yard to start things out.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check three. Check three. Check three. Check right. Pick up off. Line 54. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Check.
Jackson from the shotgun. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Big egg.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. This is Johnson. He's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deontay Johnson, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Buccaneers 7, Lions nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, the second down throw on target. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw. McDonald. Open man is Galladay. Complete.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Johnson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, McDonald. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Throwing on first down. McDonald. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And the catch made by Johnson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh. Touchdown, travel.
On 1st and 10, McDonald. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 7-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
54, right?
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He finds his man Johnson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
First down, Buccaneers.
Ready? 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
A first down carry for Henry.
I got you, boy.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Stay with your man.
Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Taken down at the 41. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
second down. It's Henry. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Watch twist.
They'll run it again with Henry. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw. McDonald. He'll get this one to Galladay. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good for the Lions. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On the double.
94 is the mark. Yeah. You don't want none.
Bravo.
SOS.
Fight.
On 1st down, McDonald. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, McDonald. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Joe Schobert drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Throw in deep for Galladay. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They'll run with Henry. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Again, it's Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st down, Henry. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Derrick Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, McDonald. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. The Lions on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. McDonald. He sets to fire. That's caught inside the 20. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Hey, high 7. Yo, go now.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark.
Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Mike, 58, right there. I got you. I got you.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 47-yard line.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force 1 more play before the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Henry. And now just 3 seconds before the 2-minute warning, they're going to call a timeout here defensively. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Henry. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for 1 more first down to help salt this one away. And now Bruce Arians with a play clock running low is going to signal for a timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Check 31, check 31. Hey, what? 58 is Mike. Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Switch. Switch.
Throwing now is Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. throwing on first down. McDonald, throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. On first and 10, McDonald looking sideline, incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
94 is a must. 94 is a must. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
To throw again. McDonald. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43. Looking to throw. McDonald. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
At the 19-yard line.
Set, ready. Now the wolf. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, pick your game up. Whip. Watch the whip.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's third down. Tonight,
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Tampa Bay, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.